This is one of the best kept secrets in Magic. You can do it anytime, anywhere, any deck of cards. There's no setup. This is one of the most fooling tricks I've ever seen. So you're going to get the spectator to mix up the cards. So they shuffle the cards and then they can choose any card. So let's say they pick this one, the 9 of diamonds. Right, so they mix the cards and the card is hopelessly lost in the pack, like so. These are given a few cuts like this and a few shuffles just to lose that card in the pack somewhere. And then you say to the spectator, right, I'd like you to name any suit. Not the suit that your card is, but any of the other 3 suits. They've got a free choice. So let's say they say spades. So you say, okay, what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go through and remove all of the spade cards. So I'm going to go through now and I'm going to show you something absolutely unbelievable with the spade cards, and I guarantee it is going to absolutely blow your mind. This is crazy. So we've got all the spades here. In fact, I tell you what, I don't need the king. I just need the other ones, like so. And we're going to put these in order. So in other words, if I go through like this, we're going to put ace, 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, just to keep us organized like this. That's going to be great. Okay, brilliant. All right, so this is where you get the spectator to do everything. So here's what you're going to ask them to do. You say, what I'd like you to do is to take 2 of the cards like this, flip them over and cut them into the deck. All right, so you give them the cards and they can do this as many times as they want. In fact, they can even flip 4 cards if they want. So they flip 4 cards over and cut them into the deck. So they can do this as many times as they want. They can do it out of sight. They can put the cards under the table or behind the back. And at any point, they can turn the packet over and continue to flip over cards and cut them into the deck. So this is obviously changing how many cards are face up, how many cards are face down. It's making an absolute random mess. There is absolutely no control here. And they do this as many times as they want, which is what makes this unreal. So when they're finished, you ask them to just deal the packet into 2 piles. So they would deal out the cards like this. Now this is the thing, guys, you're not touching the cards here, they do everything. You ask them to just pick any packet. Now they've got a completely free choice. Again, they can pick either packet, it doesn't matter. So let's say they pick this packet. You ask them to just flip that packet over like so. All right, remember they had a free choice. And then you can ask them which packet you want on top of which. It's either this on top of this or this packet on top of this. It's completely up to them. Let's say they go this way, like so. And then you can ask them to just shuffle this packet up, like so. So they give the packet a really good mix. So they're doing everything. They're creating an absolute random mess here. Finally, you say, now, do you want me to spread the packet this way or do you want me to flip it over? It's completely up to you. Let's say they don't trust you. They want to flip the packet. You say, fine. You've done everything. You've flipped the cards face up and face down randomly, cutting the deck, flipping the packet over. You've chose which packet goes face up, face down. You've made a complete mess here. But check this out. This is going to be really cool. If we spread the packet out like now, we are going to add up the total of the face up cards. So we have a queen. So jacks are 11, queens are 12. So queen is 12. Then we have 5, which would be 17. Then we have 3, which would be 20. Then we have 1, which would be 21. Then we have 8, which would be 29. And then we have 10, which would be 39. Remember, these have come out because of your shuffles, completely random, but they add up to 39. This is the crazy thing now. You get the spectator to take the cards and to count down 39 cards. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. You're not going to believe this, guys. That will always be the selected card. It is an absolutely unbelievable banger of a trick. Let's get into it. I don't know about you guys, I absolutely love this trick, and if you feel the same way I do, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss things like this. We do this every single week. Some really, really awesome tricks coming up on the channel as well. And if it fooled you, let me know in the comments down below. This is one of the best principles in Magic, certainly one of my favorites, and you're going to learn it right now. So let's get into the trick. You're going to get the cards shuffled up. It needs to be a full deck of 52 cards. Remove the jokers, otherwise it won't work. So get the cards mixed up like this. And then you're going to get a card chosen. So just spread out the cards, have the spectator choose a card. It can be any card. This is pretty good. So they select a card, they remember it, of course you don't see it. And now we are going to control that card to the bottom of the deck. It's very, very easy control. It goes something like this. Alright, so all you're going to do, guys, is person's selected the card, you're going to have them have the card shuffled like this, and then ask them to say stop. When they say stop, ask them to put the card on top of this half, which they'll do, and then it looks like you take this half and you just pop it on top, like so. But really, you're keeping a little finger break at the back of the deck. So all that's happening there is they've just put their card on top. As I put these on top, I'm just trapping the flesh of my little finger. Now, it's not my whole little finger, it's just the flesh of my little finger, just the fat of my little finger in between the two halves. So as this comes down, I'm just keeping a break with my little finger. Okay, remember, it's not your whole finger, it's just the flesh. All right, so that means from the front you can't see it, it's totally invisible. But from the side, you've got this massive gap in the back of the deck. So that allows me then to just come over and I just cut all the cards above that break to the table. I cut these on top, and then the selected card is on top, right? But we need it on the bottom, right? So we're going to control it to the bottom. Very simple. All we're going to do is this card, we're just going to pull off with our thumb, and then we're going to shuffle all the cards on top, right? Super easy, now the card's on the bottom. But if you want to take this one stage further, we can actually give the card several shuffles whilst keeping that selection on the bottom. And again, it's so easy, guys. All you're going to do is you're going to keep your thumb and fingers at the, squeeze the deck like this. Your thumb on one side, your fingers the other. You slightly squeeze the deck. When you pull up on this block, you pull up on the whole cards, these cards will just be left behind, like that, right? In other words, that's just slipping onto the back of the top card, and then you're shuffling these on top, right? It's called a backslip. So from the front, if I'm doing it, I can do this as many times as I want, and it looks like I'm really shuffling those cards, but really, the card is still on the bottom of the deck. Sneaky that, isn't it? And guys, if you're new to sleight of hand and you want to learn a little bit more, I've got a free training down below this video. It teaches you one of the most essential sleight of hand techniques and an absolutely pro level routine to go with it. I do this routine all the time and it absolutely kills. You're gonna love it. It's completely free and it's in the pinned comment down below. Check it out. So now we have the selection on the bottom of the deck. We're gonna get the spectator to name any suit apart from the suit of their selection. So in other words, in this case, they chose hearts, right? You don't know that, so you say, give me a suit, but not one that is the same as your card. So let's say they say spades, right? What you're gonna do now is with the cards towards yourself, so that they can't see, because obviously they don't wanna see this, you're gonna go through and remove all of the spades. Now I'll tilt my hands down so you guys can see what I'm doing. So anytime I come to a spade, I'm gonna stick it out of the deck like that, okay? So I'm gonna run through. Each time I come to a spade, I'm just gonna out jog it or shove it out of the deck. That's the technical term. So you're just out jogging the spades like that, yeah? Anytime you come to a spade, you're just gonna put it up like that. And so you make sure you get all of them, right? Now the king we don't need. So I'm gonna take the king like so and just put it on the face of the deck. That's very important. Make sure you do that, otherwise the trick won't work, okay? Then you remove all of the other spades. Now remember, have the cards towards yourself when you do this so they don't see what you're doing. And then you're gonna place these aside. So now we just need to put these into an order. We're gonna take the cards like this and we're gonna put them into almost numerical order. So in other words, I'm gonna put my ace first, then I'm gonna put my 2. Now you can do this quite openly, you don't need to hide this, this is fine. So you got your 3, then 4, then your 5, then your 6, then your 7, then your 8, then your 9, then your 10, then your jack, and then your queen. Right, but that's not the order that you need, so don't skip ahead. We're just gonna change a few positions of cards here. So what you have to do is swap the positions of your 7 and your 8. So 7 and 8, you're gonna swap them. So it's 6, 8, 7. And then your 9 and your 10, you're gonna swap the positions of those, right? And then your jack and your queen, right? So it's very, very simple. Just switch the positions of those 3 cards. Your 7 and your 8, so they're backwards. Then your 9 and your 10, so they're backwards. And then your jack and your queen, so they're backwards, right? And that is now the correct order. And now we are ready to get into one of the best secrets in magic. This is the K-tuck principle. All right, guys, so this is the Cato principle by Bob Hummer. It stands for cut and turn over principle. Hey, it works. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask the spectator to flip over the top 2 cards of the deck. So take the top 2 cards like that and just flip them over. You can actually show them how to do this. And then you ask them to cut the cards, single cut, into the deck, right? Give them the cards and have them do it. Make sure they're doing it correctly. And then you can say, but if you want to do it with 4 cards, yeah, do it with 4. Hey, it's your life. So they can do it with 4 cards if they want as well. So when you get them doing it correctly, then you can say, hey, and you can hide the cards if you want, and you can put the cards behind your back or underneath the table. And also at any point you want, you can turn the packet over and you can keep doing it. And you can do this as many times as you want. So you have the spectator doing all this, and it really does seem random. It's crazy. I absolutely love this principle. I have no idea why it works. So if you know, please tell me in the comments down below, right? Please help me explain it. But you have them doing all of this stuff, and eventually they can stop whenever they want. When they stop, you're going to have them deal the pile, or deal this pile of cards into 2 piles, alternating, as if they're playing a card game. So you can have them deal the cards side by side, like this, and say some cards will be face up and some cards will be face down. Just leave them as they are, so they end up with like 2 piles like this. And then the really nice thing about here is it makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. You can ask them, and you can flip a pile. Either pile, it's up to you. So again, they feel like they've got so much control here. They have no control, right? So they can pick either pile. Let's say they say this one, and you flip this over. So they pick any pile to flip over, that's fine. And then again, you say, and you can put this on top of this one, or this one on top of this one. It's a completely free choice. And again, it seems like they're having all of these really important decisions. Nothing's important, it makes no difference. So they put these on top of these, okay? Brilliant. And then if you want, you can ask them to shuffle this packet as well. Now just be careful, they're not going to drop all the cards all over the floor and make a complete mess of the whole trick, right? So after that sequence, unbelievably now, you're not going to believe this, something incredible is going to happen. Let me show you how to reveal the selection. This is the sneaky part, guys. You're gonna say now you're gonna add up the totals of the face-up cards, but do you want the packet this way or do you want to flip it? It's completely up to you. Now, for reasons, principles, forces outside of my knowledge and control, Bob Hummer is an absolute genius. It doesn't matter if they flip the packet, because all of the face-up cards on this side, or all of the face-up cards on this side, they all add up to 39. Check it out. Let me know in the comments down below if it works. Just write 39 in the comments down below, right? It will blow your mind, right? So you can literally get them to say any, they can say, do you want to flip it or not? Doesn't matter. Whatever they say, you're going to add up the values. So you're going to say, oh, and by the way, jacks are 11, queens are 12, and the king we're not using, so it doesn't matter. So jack is 11, so that'll be 11, right? And then you say, and 6 would be 17, and 9 would be 26, and then 4 would be 30, and then 2 would be 32, and then 7 would be 39. and if you flip them, it'd be the same, right? It'd be the same. Either way, they end up with 39. It's awesome. So then you say 39. Remember, these cards could have been face up, face down. You controlled all of this. You chose 39. You take this packet, put it on the table, put everything else on top. Because of that king now, that positions their card 39. You have them count down 39 cards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and it will always be their card. This is nuts. I absolutely love this trick. If you like it, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. I think you're going to like this one. And don't forget, there's the free training in the pinned comment down below if you want to learn a little bit of sleight of hand. It's a really wicked, essential sleight of hand move, a brilliant routine that goes with it. I guarantee you won't have seen this version before. And if you're ready to move beyond self-working card tricks, then you really want to check out my Vault membership. I teach all of my pro level techniques and routines. You get new things to practice every single week. That is also in the pinned comment. Thanks a lot, guys. I will see you in the next video.